I mean, who saw it coming?
Barring any unforeseen circumstances, Tom will be the quarterback.
Brady comes in.
He lifted guys up.
Just an absolute thriller that came right down to the end.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
Snow bombs away.
It didn't matter what the conditions were. This is the performance you got.
Look, fires to the right, touchdown.
He said, I'm the best decision this organization has ever made.
Not finished. We are not finished, fellas.
One of the most amazing games I've ever watched.
Gotta be perfect, all right?
And as usual, he was.
Our top Tom Brady moment of his Patriots career. Welcome, everybody. This is Mike Dussault and Paul Perillo, and we are here today to count down the top 12 moments of Tom Brady's Patriots career. Now, Paul, so many moments to pick from over Tom's 20-year career. How do we whittle it down to 12?
Well, you know, number 12, right? See what we did there? 12 for 12.
I got it.
It's not that hard.
Brady fires a 99-yard touchdown pass.
Well, let's not delay anymore. Let's get right into it. Number 12, Paul, this is the 2011 opener. This is the Miami 500, as we like to call it. Tom Brady with one of two 500-yard passing games of his career.
All I remember was Dolphins running around aimlessly in the secondary that night. Tom Brady down the sideline, the left sideline, 99 yards to Wes Welker, and they just had no prayer of stopping him. That every time Miami scored, Brady just came right back the next drive and scored again, and Patriots just rolled to victory. And that offense was legit in 2011.
Tom Brady throwing the ball all over the field, kind of a precursor to what was to come this season, which was a great Patriots offense that really led them all the way to the Super Bowl. They fell just short there. The defense had some struggles during the season, but it really didn't matter all that much because this game kind of showed us what we were in for in 2011 with Tom Brady.
Brady's back! That's your quarterback!
All right, moment number 11, and we're on to the 2013 season right here in Gillette Stadium. I'm talking about the Unicorns show Ponies, and where's the beef game? You guys know what that means. Brady throws a last-second game-winning touchdown pass to Kenbrell Tompkins to pull out a victory.
Throws it to the end zone for Kenbrell Tompkins, leaping.
He got it! Touchdown! Patriots! Unicorns show Ponies! Where's the beef?
Yeah, with all due respect to Zoe, Mike, I don't really think of unicorns and show ponies when I think of this game, but I do think of an amazing throw to win it. And this is coming after an interception down the stretch of that game. It looked like the Patriots had this game lost several times, but Brady just wouldn't let them lose. And this throw had to be perfect. Kenbrell Tompkins, guy will never have to buy a beer in Boston just because of this catch.
Quite a turning point. I mean, the Patriots are coming off a loss to the Bengals in this one. I think you were starting to wonder what's going to happen here. We had seen Wes Welker depart, didn't know what you had yet with Julian Edelman. Danny Amendola wasn't Danny Amendola yet. He was coming off of an injury. Brady had to kind of pull it together with some weapons that he wasn't really that familiar with working with, and as we saw, he made it work with Kenbrell Tompkins, kind of a sign of what he had to do at times throughout his career.
Yeah, he lifted guys up, right? Aaron Dobson, Kenbrell Tompkins, these guys, household names because of Tom Brady.
I would say that he's beginning to get his mojo back.
Right, we're on to number 10, and another game, Paul, that happened right here at Gillette Stadium. I'm, of course, talking about 2009 against the Titans. Snow bombs away. Tom Brady, 5 touchdown passes in the second quarter. Absolute crazy game. Ended up with 6 for the game. What a performance. Unforgettable.
This was one of those games the Titans just kind of looked cold when they came out, and I looked, they have no shot in this game, and Tom Brady was just on fire. This is the kind of stuff that he used to do, though. Like, you get all this snow, and you think, well, you got to run the ball, you got to play good defense, maybe it affects the kick. Brady goes out and throws for like 400 yards and 6 touchdowns, whatever. You know, it's just 59-0, and this is the beauty of Brady. It didn't matter what the conditions were. This is the performance you got.
For me, this was a little bit of a flavor of 2007. You know, we missed Brady in 2008. He came back. Things were a little clunky early in the season. Then all of a sudden, just an absolute explosion that made you remember those 50 burgers that we saw back in 2007. They never quite got back to that level in 2009. But for a brief moment, we said, hey, the Brady to Moss magic to Welker, it's still here.
And the Patriots are unbeaten heading into the postseason.
Number 9, and we're going back to the infamous 2007 season. Paul, I'm really excited to have that season represented here. I think it deserves to be. What a season by Tom Brady. And this game, the finale against the New York Giants, multiple records fell, 2 of which on Brady's pass to Randy Moss, where he got the 50 touchdown record. Randy Moss got the touchdown reception record. Not only that, though, Paul, it was just an epic game, back and forth.
Mike, this game was so big, I think every network that had initials had it on. I think CNN had it, PBS had it, NPR, I think, covered it. It was amazing how many different networks were interested in their chase for perfection. And then how do they get it? Talk about poetry. Like, Tom Brady throws a record-setting touchdown pass to Randy Moss, to put the Patriots ahead, it's Randy Moss's record-setting touchdown catch. Just so much absolute dominance in that 2007 season, led by number 12.
Unfortunately, a little bit of a preview of Super Bowl 42. The Giants got a little bit of confidence, I think, from this game. The Patriots went into that one. That one was a totally different game. But for this one, as you said, all eyes were on it, and the Patriots came through with a bunch of records falling in the process.
And when you go to the well once too often, eventually it comes back to bite you.
Moving right along to number 8, yet another game here, Paul, that took place at Gillette Stadium. And I'm not sure, we're calling this one Who's Eligible. This one could have a few different names, but I'm talking about the 2014 AFC Divisional against the Ravens. 2 14-point deficits. It didn't look like it was going great. We know about the rivalry to that point with the Ravens. The Ravens had gotten them 2 out of 3 AFC championships to that point. So coming into the divisional round, you knew you were facing a tough rival. What a back-and-forth game it was.
Yeah, one of the more underrated games in Patriots playoff history, and maybe because it was a divisional round and not a championship or a Super Bowl, but this was just incredible back and forth. And a lot of people will talk about, as we're saying here, the eligible receivers, the ineligible guys. What I'll remember is that throw to Brandon LaFell that put them ahead. Just another unbelievable touchdown pass that had to be perfect, and as usual, he was.
One of Brady's all-time best throws. Hey, let's give a shout-out, though, to Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, getting the game tied. That was a big part of it, too. That's another key moment of this, of course, messing around with which tackles were eligible, who wasn't. Ravens weren't too happy about that. But the Patriots pulling all the tricks out of the bag to get the win and to move on to the AFC Championship.
Looks, stands, starts to run with it. He is down to the 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Tom Brady.
Number 7, and we're getting to the good ones right now. Paul, this is one of those games I think you like to say, it just has a name. What's this one?
Well, it's the Snowball. I mean, it's right there for you, Mike. But the Patriots have more names for their games than any other team, but this one really deserved it.
I mean, maybe none more famous than this. I mean, you're talking about a game that I don't even know where to start with all the storylines that were in this one. We've got the tuck rule. We've got the last game at the old stadium. We've got Adam Vinatieri making not 1 but 2 kicks in the snow, arguably 2 of the greatest kicks in NFL history. Of course, Tom Brady, maybe not the stat game where he lit the world on fire, did have 1 touchdown on the ground, but just an epic game that was absolutely unforgettable. I know you were there and took it all in person.
Yeah, in a blizzard, he throws the ball 54 times. I mean, that tells you all you need to know about Tom Brady. First year as a starter, first playoff game, we're going to throw it 50-plus times, and we're going to win because we have Tom Brady. And Adam Vinatieri had a little something to do with the win, too. But, more importantly, Mike, what I remember is being on the field when the field goal that tied the game left and went the opposite direction, and none of us had any idea if it was good until we heard the roar of the crowd coming from the other way because you couldn't see through the snow.
Well, the last game at Foxborough Stadium, Tom Brady showing that clutch gene, overtime drive, getting them into field goal position. Just what a game. Absolutely unforgettable.
And they're bound for Super Bowl 53!
Okay, we're in the top 6, and I know what you guys are probably thinking. Tom Brady's got 6 Patriots Super Bowl rings, but for us, our representative of the 2018 season is going to be this one, the shootout at Arrowhead against the Chiefs, a surging team that was about to, on the verge of getting a couple of their own Super Bowls, an absolute epic back-and-forth game here.
One of the most amazing games I've ever watched. Just the twists and turns, the changes down the stretch. Kansas City takes the lead. Patriots come back and take the lead. There's not enough time for Kansas City to go down and score and tie the game. They do. Then the overtime drive, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10. Just Tom Brady at his absolute best. A lot of talk about the defense on that team. But remember the overtime drive and the 37 points that offense had to put on the board just to get there. Tom Brady, again, at his best.
2 of my favorite wins. One we didn't mention, the 2006 AFC divisional game against the Chargers, a huge upset on the road. This another one of the Brady period during the Patriots, an absolute crazy upset. And as I said, Patrick Mahomes, we knew what they were on the verge of doing, but this was the Patriots. One last time on the road, Tom Brady, lights out, on to Super Bowl 53. All right, we've made it to the top 5, and Paul, I'm thinking there might be a place that's a little bit more appropriate for us to run through these top 5 of Brady's career.
Maybe somewhere a little fancier with a little bit more bling, some shiny trophies.
I like where you're going with that.
All right.
Fire touchdown! Touchdown in the end zone! Tom Brady!
All right, Paul, this is a little bit more appropriate here at the Hall. We got the Super Bowl trophies in back of us. Tom Brady's top 5 moments all came in Super Bowls.
Yeah, don't look back. The shine will get you.
So number 5, Super Bowl 38. Paul, what a strange game. No scoring first or third quarter, lots of scoring in the second and fourth quarter.
Yeah, it looked like a defensive struggle in who's going to blink first, who's going to turn the ball over. Then all of a sudden, it's a shootout. There are guys dropping like flies left and right. What really stuck out to me, though, Mike, was that team, that 2003 team, they almost never trailed the last 2 months of the season. I mean, just, it was remarkable how long they had the lead. And all of a sudden, Brady throws a pick in the end zone. Jake Delhomme throws a bomb for a touchdown, and the Patriots behind in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. How do they respond? Just exactly the way you think Tom Brady does. Right down the field, touchdown, right down the field, game-winning field goal.
Quintessential Patriots. I mean, Deion Branch, David Givens, Mike Vrabel catching a touchdown, everybody getting involved, and just like Super Bowl 36, came right down to the end, Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah, and one of the untold stories there, Mike, was the long snapper situation of all things. Lonnie Paxton was injured. Brian Kinchin gets called out of retirement. He cut his hand trying to cut open a bagel or something during the course of the week. They were really worried about that, but Adam was nails as usual. But Tom Brady, I mean, just all the throws. The throw to Branch on the sideline to get you in field goal range. Just a perfect throw, under pressure, overcoming some obstacles down in that last drive with penalties. Just vintage Brady.
One of my favorite Brady moments, him and Deion Branch hugging on the sideline after a touchdown, going to the ground. Awesome moment. Number 5 in Brady's top all-time moments.
World Championships, 3 out of 4. Yes, it's a dynasty.
Yes, it is a dynasty. Paul, number 4 on the list is Super Bowl 39. The Patriots win their 3rd Super Bowl in 4 years, cement their place in NFL history. Got to be one of the top Brady moments of all time.
This to me, Mike, was really about just Brady and how surgical he could be. This was nothing outstanding, no late game heroics or anything like that, but just in total control. You could just see the maturation from the first Super Bowl. Now this is the 3rd in 4 years. Gill's iconic call about calling it a dynasty. But what really stood out to me was the throw that he made to David Givens in the corner. And all the talk, he's looking around, he throws it the other corner, and then all the talk about how physical the Eagles were. And we got the Eagles' wings flapping in the end zone. Like, to me, that's the big takeaway, was that David Givens moment. But again, Brady just on it from start to finish.
Yeah, 2 guys I got to mention too. Corey Dillon, big part of that team. They brought him in that season. Big physical rusher, helped them get to this point, helped them seal it off. And Deion Branch, 133 receiving yards, kind of a precursor to Julian Edelman later down the line. But what a performance by Brady, Branch. They were in sync the whole game.
Yeah, and for me, I know this is all about Tom Brady, and rightly so, but that pound for pound was the best Patriots team of all time, 2004.
Has it? Did he make the catch? He did!
You gotta be
at
kidding me.
the 40.
All right, Paul, moment number 3. It sure didn't look like one of Brady's all-time greatest moments for about 3 quarters, but from 28-3 on, everything had to go perfect, and everything did go perfect. What a performance by Brady in the 4th quarter and overtime.
Just some unbelievable plays by the defense to set things up, and then by Brady and everybody. I mean, James White, Julian Edelman, Chris Hogan, Malcolm Mitchell. Remember Malcolm Mitchell, some of the plays these guys made. And what really struck me is once you get into that situation where everything has to be perfect, one bad play ruins the whole comeback. And they just never made a bad play. They just kept coming at Atlanta, and they had no answers.
We got to talk about Dante Hightower. I mean, just a huge momentum-changing sack and forced fumble recovery. They were able to get points on that drive as well. But I want to talk about the overtime coin flip. When that coin flip landed heads, Matthew Slater called it. The Patriots took the ball. Was there any doubt that Brady and the team were going to march right down the field?
They didn't even have to win the coin toss. By the time they tied the game, I was in full, obnoxious mode. I knew the Patriots were going to find a way to win the game. The throws that people forget about on the sideline to Hogan, to Amendola, some of those throws were just unreal under that kind of pressure. Again, an incomplete pass might completely stymie the comeback. He just was perfect when he had to be down the stretch. What an unbelievable performance.
And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions!
All right, we're down to the top 2, and Paul, I'm sure it could go either way for a lot of fans, but for us, number 2, Super Bowl 36, the first one. Brady, epic last drive, started his place in NFL history.
Yeah, if you ask me what my favorite one was, it's probably this one, but the most impressive one is the one that we're gonna get to later. But all about Tom Brady again. Didn't do anything really the whole game. They played good defense. They ran the ball. They stayed out of trouble. They protected the ball, didn't turn it over. And then there's a minute and a half left, no timeouts, and everybody, including John Madden, famously saying, I think they should just kneel on the ball and play for overtime here. And then he gave us all chills.
I mean, who saw it coming with the way that the season started? Drew Bledsoe at starter, gets injured. Brady comes in, kind of the perfect cap. 2001, we know everything that happened that year. We are all Patriots. It became an iconic moment, not just for the Patriots, but for the whole NFL.
And I love the last drive. I watch it all the time, even now, whatever, 100 years later, just how calm he was. The first play, it looked like he was going to get strip sacked. He holds on to the ball and then calmly is able to get rid of it. And then he just makes all the right plays, right down to the spike where he just calmly catches the ball. After got the clock stopped, and he knows what's happening. Everybody knew what was happening at that point. Adam Vinatieri is going to make the Patriots champs.
A 4th Lombardi trophy is headed to one Patriot place. The Patriots 28 and the Seahawks 24.
All right, we've made it. Our top Tom Brady moment of his Patriots career. It is Super Bowl 49, Paul. 10 long years in between titles. They finally get number 4 in epic fashion against the Legion of Boom and Seattle Seahawks.
And a team that thought they were going to be starting a dynasty, much like they did to the Rams the first time around. They sort of short-circuited Seattle's hopes, but just an unbelievable game, and another one by Brady. Not perfect, made some mistakes, especially early on, but down 10 in the fourth quarter, 2 touchdown drives. They didn't just need a field goal to tie or take the lead. They needed touchdowns to win. He got 2 of them. Big plays to Edelman. Those are the ones that stand out.
Big plays to Edelman. I mean, 3rd and long. How did he come up with that one? Sustained a huge hit. Got to have it moments. A couple other plays to highlight. I think Rob Ninkovich, big sack on 3rd down, getting them to stop, keeping the door open. Dante Hightower, big stop down at the goal line. We know how that one was looking. To me, I was having flashbacks. 2007, David Tyree, another miracle catch. Are they going to lose on an impossible play again? Dante Hightower, Malcolm Butler had other plans.
Yeah, and arguably, and not to me and you, but the best play, greatest play in Super Bowl history, Malcolm Butler's pick. But I go back to some of those throws that Brady makes. Don't forget Shane Vereen, who caught about 110 passes that night. Again, just Brady showing you, I'll take what you give me. I'm going to throw the ball and just move the ball downfield. And when we get down there, I'm going to convert in the red zone. Again, Edelman with the big one.
Huge moment for Tom Brady. Gets number 4. Long gap between the two. Starting to wonder if it was going to happen again. Those are our top 12 Tom Brady moments in his Patriots career. Paul, what a career he had here with the Patriots. So many to pick from, but those are our 12.
We left out a Super Bowl. That's how many he had.
What are your top 12 moments? Let us know in the comments. Plenty to debate. We'll see you next time.